Hello, Rebel GMan 10F. Welcome back. It is, of course, another recap. Another week has gone by. We are 1 week closer to Plains. I am, of course, FullMetal, and I am joined by not Mcnugget this week because Mcnugget is unfortunately very, very sick and can't speak very well at the moment. So we've got a bit of a different flavour going on. We have none other than Bernie, the team killer Buffon, in the house.
Right, good evening, Season 10 Division F as well, and I wait for week 9.
And how is the whole team killer scenario thing going? I love this in-joke that you've just, McNugget decided that you kill teams, and you've killed almost nothing all season.
I took 60 blocks last week, 60 blocks, and I didn't even knock one out. And I basically got my head kicked in by only fools and hobgoblins. They showed me how short should beat people. But yeah, it's a running joke. I love stuff like this. My team called the Contract Killers are the most scariest ever team to not kill anything. So yeah.
I mean, you said you did take 60 blocks, but you also took a 1-0 win, which, you know, I mean, a 1-0 win, it's a win. It's doing the business.
Yeah, we had a defense split against us as well. Yeah. I mean, they're the sort of wins what I really enjoy, the ones where I feel like we're against everything, and we still pulled out a win. And it was a big win for, obviously it was a chop off, so we wanted the bragging rights, and to keep us up with the other vermin of the rats and that very scary necro team. So yeah, it was extremely happy.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, I mean, that wasn't the biggest win of the week by any stretch of the imagination. The Crystal Hunter, not only did he hunt, not only has he been hunting some level ups, he's been hunting some touchdowns, and he got a massive 4-1, which is, I think, I mean, I can't wait to look at his team to see what it actually looks like this week, because he might have some levels on it. But I think Crystal Hunter has been struggling a little bit to really, he's got a rep. You know him from CCL, and I think, you know, a lot of people have maybe heard the name, and he's this great rat coach, and he's not been putting up the kind of numbers we've necessarily been, and I bigged him up hard. And he's, you know, I think people who've played him have seen that he's a talented coach, but he's not delivered necessarily the kind of performance we'd expect. And then we get a 4-1, and I think that's a bit of a statement play, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, the great thing I like about Crystal is not that he's a great coach, great person. I mean, he has plenty of time to be, and everyone else. I know he talks to him really, really well, and he's such a nice guy. But you know, it's like the mark of a good coach when you're not playing to your level, but you're still banging in the wins and the draws. You know, and then eventually it will click. You know, and it clicked this week. It was an impressive 4-1 win, and when Rats turn it on, you know, what can you do? You just gotta keep up with them. But yeah, it was impressive. I mean, he had 15 arm breaks against them as well, so you know, unlike Directive Army wasn't getting the attrition because there was, but yeah, he's a great coach. And 64 blocks he gave away though, and that's the thing. I mean, should a rat team be taking 64 blocks?
That's a lot of hits.
Blocks. You know, but he's a great coach, and as I say, you know, even on the PS4 where I'm originally, you know, from, people have heard of his name, and obviously they've heard him from various other competitions as well. So, you know, I hope he does really well because I love the guy, and I'm glad he's back to form.
So, speaking of rats turning on, it's not quite as a statement piece, but the big 1-0 for Fairy Harem is definitely doing the business in cementing his position within the division. I mean, we're going to look at the leaderboards in a second, but you know, Keith taking another win, you've got to be looking at him as a major threat for Plains now, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, he's the only guy who beat me. He was one of those games where I think he was more stressed than I was because I didn't play very well. He played very well, I didn't, and he was like, "Hey, you tried already? Go the other way." So look, why keep doing that? I was like, sorry, I'm out and just having one of those games, but I was impressed the way he played. He played really, really well, and I thought, crikey, this guy's going to probably end fighting out with Crystal on top. I was really impressed because I don't know many people. Like I said, I know Crystal Hunter, but I didn't know this guy. But I was very, very impressed with Fairy Harem, and I was also impressed when I went against Angry Almar team as well.
Yeah, Angry Almar had a bit of a late season comeback, and it's just kind of it's hit a bit of a wall in this last couple of weeks. But they were kind of through the middle of the season, they were bringing on the wins that kind of, I think people had almost written them off a little bit at the beginning when they had a couple of early losses, and they found their stride a bit, and now they've stumbled. I don't know. I still think he might have it in him, but we're going to see the leaderboard in a sec. The other big one, I think, was the 2-2 the elves throwing it at each other, the rebel Vikings, the arrogant bar stewards. No one finding a win there. I mean, we're going to look at the team, so we'll figure out where the SPPs landed. We've also got the Tabartellas taking a massive 2-1 win over Oslo Snake Club.
That was a big result. Really big result. I mean, it's funny, Blood Bowl, because if the week before, I think it was the Oslo Snake Club, big win against Terry Harem. That was huge. And then the game, I presume all people would have expected them to win. They go and lose, and that's just Blood Bowl. One week he'd have been on a high, and then I'm trying to get some momentum, and then it's being beaten by Tabartellas.
I keep saying momentum, and then all of these teams that I keep saying have momentum keep not winning when they've got the momentum behind them. So maybe momentum's a myth. I don't know. Speaking of that,
maybe you just cast them.
It could be the famous cast a curse, because the From the Stars, who have been having a hell of a season, also pulled a 1-1 draw there off against Rarimbo's Orcs. So again, not necessarily the performance we were expecting to see. Especially as we flick over to the leaderboard and we see kind of the situation right now where you are joint top, no less. Congratulations! That's an achievement. 8 weeks and coming out joint top it's not a bad place to be.
It's not. No, it's not. I quite happily took that, especially the way my levels are all season. But I'm not really a K12 coach, so tried in ladders to try and get a good, just play better with them, but I just can't. So I thought, I'll try it once more in the ladder, and if it fails, I'll go with something else. But yeah, they've done well. I'm really impressed. And we're there, and we're probably one of 4 teams who can still get in the top 2. So yeah.
That being said, you can't really rest on your laurels, because Crystal Hunters literally hunting the lead at this point with 1 point behind. And joint with Crystal Hunter, it might not look like it with only 4 wins, where everyone else is at 5. But those 4 draws, not hurting Noru. He's unbeaten. He's not lost a game yet. He's sat there on, he's also 1 point behind you guys. So there's definitely a top 4 here that's splitting away from the pack. Martin Septim sat on his 12 points. It's good, but it's not really... I think he could do it. Him and maybe the Salmon. Maybe we're really pushing it now. But that would have to be the perfect storm of wins for them versus losses for the top.
Yeah, I mean, luckily for Angry, so he could maybe catch up. But I think the way Rue's done it from the stars has been quite clever, because everyone's been talking about, obviously, the Buffon, Crystal Hunters, the Kid Cars, and he's just quietly gone about his business and just, people don't seem to talk about him as much as the other 3, but he's the only one who's undefeated. Nobody's beaten him, and he's got a mighty blow Wolf now as well. He's got movement now, Wolf, and I think out of the 4 of us, he would be my tip to go.
But like I say, he's a little bit of a dark horse, because he isn't talked about as much, because he's not necessarily as big of a personality out there, outside of the Rebel and things like that. I actually know Noru from way back in season 4. He played with us for a bit with the Brett team. He took some time off for real life stuff, came back with the Brett team, pulled them out of mothballs about 2 seasons ago, played them, got absolutely battered, but kept winning despite getting battered on them. And then went, what, this team's too dead, I'm going to re-roll a Necro, let's see what we can do. And he's putting up numbers, so he's definitely one to watch.
Yeah, I watched a few of his games. I watched his last game as well. I don't fancy much chances this week, but no, he's very good. He's very good, and I think he'll get in the top 2. I think he'd be my prediction to go.
Now we're going to jump quickly to review the teams. We're not going to spend a ton of time on this, because they don't tend to change week from week, especially down in the rookie divisions. Higher up, there tends to be a lot more high profile deaths or players that just go off and find a couple of levels. But kind of at this point, they slowly progress. We're directed by me. It's an undead team with 3 guard. It's an interesting choice not taking Mighty Blow on a white, but it does let him fight back against all you horrible chaff lot, I think, which is kind of good idea. I think I don't necessarily like the 90k zombie, if I'm honest.
It's funny because I think with it being a private league, I think the strength 4 zombie is not bad. I mean, I think it's fair to say getting going to the playoffs. So it's all about team development, and give it block next, and all of a sudden, I don't mind it, to be honest.
It does synergize quite well with the mummies and the guard on the white. it helps make a line that it's tough to find hits on, right?
Yeah. I mean, if it was my team, I would have took the strength because it's probably it's going to develop over the season. But on the white, yeah, I would have taken like you've already got 2 Gallon, you've already got the strength 5, you've got the strength 4 zombie. I would have definitely wanted some punch, but he's probably thinking I've got 2 mummies, both got mighty blow, so they'll do the business for me.
I think it's the hope, isn't it? And we're going to move on. Like I say, it's only a quick review. We're looking at Crystal Hunter next, and look at this. Right, the team we've been mocking him for weeks because he hasn't got level ups, and he's found some level ups, and it's actually not looking like a bad. Like, it's a bit bare bones. It's still got very undeveloped Storm Vermin. 8 games in, you would hope to at least have 1 Mighty Blow there somewhere, but they're both within a casualty, so that's not terrible. What do you feel about Lich? I feel like Lich is a very, very strange animal at this point.
I think what it was going to be a ball attacker, wasn't it? That was the idea. He got 2 heads, but then he came up against a double, and I don't think he had any guard, and he thought, you know what, I can't turn it down. But then he decided, you know what, I'm going to go wrestle afterwards.
If you're going to go wrestle, you probably would have went, I don't know, maybe I'd have went block, but I don't know what Crystal Hunter's thinking with this. Again, he knows rats very, very well, so I'm kind of wanting to trust him, but I think I'd have gone horns, personally. For that strength 3, pseudo agi 5, wrestle in, you know what I mean? Kind of going after ball carriers through any amount of, come hail or snow, he's going into that cage and he's getting that ball carrier, right?
Yeah, I would have gone block then step from the guard piece, just because you've got guard, to be honest. And then you've still got, then there's a ball carrier, 2 heads. That to me would have been more of a safe standard build, but like you said, it's Crystal Hunter. He knows what he's doing. I'm not going to second guess him, but if it was me personally, I would have gone block and then next level up stats, some like side steppers, and he's harassing and using the guard as well as he needs. So
yeah, I could see that. I mean, he has got a raw agi 5 as well, which is a very nice situation to be in. The other thing I want to point out is he has got guard lineman, which is awesome, and you obviously always take guard when a Skaven lineman rolls doubles. But the thing he does have, which is unusual, is he's actually took wrestle on a couple of linemen. And I do know that Crystal Hunter actually values his Skaven lineman more than most Skaven coaches do, which is why I think he's got like that as a survivability tool rather than, oh my word, someone's mic just exploded. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got my apologies. I like wrestle on lineman because basically what it does is to hit you, and you drag them down, you're opening gaps, you're opening lanes for your runners to go through your Storm Vermin. So I'm a big fan of a wrestle on the lineman. So I'd probably go Fend after that.
Yeah, Fend, not bad. You could even go tackle and make it a bit of a utility choice as well.
You could do that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a nice team. He's certainly built up from last week. And all of a sudden now it's a lot more dangerous and
suddenly got skills, right? It's suddenly like looking like if he does go to planes, he's not going to get munched by the first team that sees him.
Yeah, I mean, me and Crystal was having a bit of a stare off between us because now there was leveling in, and all of a sudden now we're against them level.
Has he brought the thing though? Because I mean, we're going to move forward. We'll look at that in a moment. We're looking at JP Casey's team now, and he's actually like JP Casey started to get some good development here. We're up to 5 Blodge players on this team. Oh well, one of them's Rog, so that's going to be annoying for anyone that's not you or Salmon to take care of. Obviously, you guys have more tackle than you know what to do with because of your Chaos Dwarves, but. This is not a bad looking team, really, is it? This Dark Elf team is getting where it needs to be. It's got a guard in there. It's got a Mighty Blow killer. I like it. Well, I like where he needs tackle at some point.
Yeah, it's a solid build, isn't it? And obviously, he's got all that blodge there as well. Be interesting if he just needs to tackle somewhere.
The one thing I'm going to say, right? I've said it before, JP. Right? Vanity passes. You've got one. You've got the Miller. You've got the Cook. You've got the Cannon's Yeoman, and potentially, if you really got the time in the world, you've got the Franklin twice. That's 3 guaranteed levels in 3 passes. If you can find a Vanity Pass and a touchdown on the Reeve, that's another level as well. I mean, obviously, we're talking about the world's most ideal situation where you've got all the time in the world to throw these passes, but wherever possible, even if you're inside a cage, if you're getting towards like turn 6, 7, 8, you've still got a couple of rerolls in your pocket towards the end of your turn. It's sometimes worth vanity passing within, you know, like your screen or your cage even to try and force those to their level ups. I think.
I think the advantage he's got is because obviously there's no. Obviously, it doesn't matter if he games now. He's not going to. So he might as well just think, you know what? Let's think about developing. If we get beat, so what? It doesn't really matter. You know, it's all about development in private leagues. And to me, it's like I'll be looking at the middle, right? He needs a pass, and then obviously so does the cook. And like I said, I would rather, you know, be farming, I guess it's called, you know, and getting them levels up, getting ready for, because he should be thinking now, right? I'm thinking the next season with this team, so let's get as many level ups as I can, try and save a lot of cash, and then look at the transfer market to add to it. I mean, he should be building for next season. That team is really, really nice.
Ironically, the farmer being none of the players on the team. Just when he said it, it just ticked in my mind that it's like he's got all of these Vez and none of them are the farmer. Maybe that could be his next hire, their next hire. Now,
I think that's it. Yeah, absolutely.
Hop forward to Noru. We've been talking about his team a little bit already.
Scary.
He's got a missing white though, so wherever he's playing, it's a niggled white. Oof, that's actually quite rough. Niggled guard white. I kind of feel like that's hard because you can't even replace it because he's got only 60k in the bank.
He lost a goal as well, and his replaced was interesting. He bought an extra. Because I watched this game because I've got him this week, so I did my homework. And,
you're doing your sneaky scouting.
Absolutely, as I do. And he lost his white and then lost his goal, and he replaced his goal, not his white. I was quite surprised because I would have thought the white would have been important to him, but he might be quite happy to go with the niggle. But I was hoping that Mighty Blow Wolf was going to go down, but it never did, unfortunately.
Yeah, and the movement up Wolf is so good. I'm a real fan of that. That movement 9 is like terror. Right, they can just do things that you don't expect them to do. Also, the Swine King, only one Kaz away from a level up, so maybe, just maybe, we might get to see another Block Flesh Golem soon. Otherwise, it's just a solid team. I'm so happy he's finally got a second Wolf, because I didn't like him with having 2 Wolves. Yeah,
everyone seems to build them differently from the start, though. Then he was quite happy to go. I mean, like I say, his record's really impressive.
Yeah, he clearly, right, I'm going to stop questioning him because he knows what he's doing. So I'm going to leave him to it. Now, we've moved on to Raijin Arashi's Oslo Snake Club. It's still slowly ticking up there, but there's guard just popping up left, right, and so it's got 4 now.
Yeah. I mean, that's what he needs, isn't it? See, the rocks. I quite like that he's gone for guard on the black block just to give a bit more dominance in the middle, because that's what Hawks need to do, dominate the middle. If they dominate the middle, they usually win the game. Diving tackle on a Black Hawk, interesting.
Right, I love it if it was like his 4th level up.
yeah. It's the thing is though, that probably will win him games because people either forget people don't expect a Black Hawk to have diving tackles, or they'll just generally just dodge anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be a case of someone's going to dodge away from him and then go, "What the hell do you mean he's got diving tackle?"
Yeah. But yeah, usually
course, at that point, it's your fault for not watching the recaps because we talked about it a lot.
That's it. Everyone should know about now. But as a fair skill. But as you see, in a way, I like it because it gives a bit of character to the team. It's not all building the same way. So I applaud him for doing it. And I'm glad I don't have to play them because like 4 guard, and it'd be interesting to see he needs to get that number 3 blitzer maybe leveled up. Try and score some touchdowns with that guy and get some tackle with it. He's lacking tackle. It's a nice thing.
I'm going to jump into the next team, and it's more Orcs. This one's got more block and less guard. And what is it, right, with your division and both divisions that I recap? There's like 1 dirty player on like the entire division. Why do you guys not like fouling? Like, this is a lineman with block and a lineman with wrestle. Both of those things could have been dirty player. If they'd maybe not both of them, but one of the 2 could have been dirty player. And I don't understand why it isn't.
I don't know. I really don't. I mean, I've got a dirty player, and
And that's why I like you, Bernie.
I've got a problem. I'll have 2, but unfortunately, the level ups I got, I rolled a double, so I got guard, and then I needed a short hands guard. But yeah, I've got a dead player, and I won't lie, I am thinking to get another one. So I ain't got no problem.
Show them the way, Captain Teamkiller. Show them the way.
That's
now
it.
He has got dodge on a throw though, which is quite nice. I like. I don't really like orc throws. There's a debate. Okay, we haven't got the time. It's a long debate. But if you're gonna have them, getting blodge on them is pretty nice, and he's halfway there, and he's done the hard bit as well. So.
Yeah. The team's building up really, really nicely. Again, like I said with the last one, I would be giving the ball to number 7 and say, go and get me a touchdown and get me a level up, because he's 3 away from a level up.
I'd really be trying to find a touchdown on the Blackhawk number 3, because he's 14 out of 16, and it is only a 4+. If you've got a reroll, that's 75%. So bash a couple heads in, find some space, and then hand off to him. And get him in the end zone and get guard, and just take more guard and watch Bernie get really upset.
I would just say to number 3, you're a Blackhawk. I'm not going to give you the ball. Just kill someone. Quicker way to get a level up. You got 40 XP already. Just injure something for me, and then he can injure that guy, and then the guy we might blow, he can go and score a touchdown. They both level up. Happy days.
Right, we're looking at your team next. Speaking of Agi 2 touchdowns, the Postman is 3 SPP away from. I'm assuming. Obviously, I'm not going to ask you to give away super secret strategies and things, but it's probably block, isn't it?
No. Break tackle probably.
Wow, no block.
No, because the ball centers, in my opinion, should be mobile, and he's got dodge. So I'm pretty tempted to go break tackle next, because then obviously I can cage dive in with a built-in reroll, or I can just dodge him all over the place. My 6 jogs have got the block, so they can deal with the front line and they'll just sweep. So
fair enough. Again, it's interesting how people have different approaches to their players. Some people really love not having level ups on their blockers, which it seems. Although I appear to have turned up on your team. I don't remember when that happened, but I wasn't here before.
Yeah, what happened is my lovable fellow Chovko 10-16 fouled me and injured my player, and he was a miss next game. The problem was Groovy the Monster was missing next game as well and was going against a Mighty Wolf, so unfortunately I sacked one of them.
I think that's really smart use of bank, because I mean you're not going to spend money on anything else. Maybe you could look at a stadium enhancement, but it's not urgent. Whereas 5 Choff blockers is a much bigger, better situation than 4 Choff blockers, right? Yeah,
and that's the reason why I did. I had 170k in the bank, so I was 20k out anyway. So to me, it was like, this guy's really good. I've got to give myself the best chance, and I'm 4 Choffs being a bit disastrous. So at least I've got 5.
And you've got a Pommer, which is good.
Yeah, I decided he leveled up thanks to the MVP, and I thought, you know what, nothing else is leveling up, so I want a killer. So, and he's called the Shodinator, so. So he got piling on. So I'm hoping he can get a wolf, bag himself a wolf.
Bag himself about 8 wolves, 8 players,
yes.
And suddenly find himself another level up and get doubles for Claw, right? And that'll be set.
Oh, I want Claw in him now. Yeah, if we can get Claw next, it'd be lovely. But yeah, it's like I said, it's been frustrating because I've been getting no levels on the Choffs at all. None of them have been thinking. And like I said, last week through 60 blocks, didn't even get a KO out of 60 blocks.
That's a little bit.
Just what doing.
But now you've got Pom, so maybe it'll get better.
Yeah.
Now there is a team in the division, and we're looking at them right now. The Rebel Vikings, and now no amount of Claw's going to help you here, because I mean one of them's AV6, which is definitely not going to help you, but the others are AV7, and I feel so bad because he just never seems to be able to find the money to replace Ragnar, and also Strip Ball is a hell of a thing. So it's a very difficult player to replace, but AV6 is very, very concerning.
Yeah, it was. I played him a few weeks ago. Really nice lad, and I'm glad he got a positive result, a 2-2 last week. So maybe he can kickstart his season. But they are expensive, aren't they? I mean, what they bought something like 120k as a war dancer. So
yeah, he's got the 20, so he just needs the 100.
Yeah, I mean personally, I mean. If he starts to get with this team now, I just save my bank. I just run with what I've got, because this season, try and get a few level ups where you can, and then save as much money. And then if you've got enough for a transfer, get the transfer. If not, and buy another one for season, next season.
Yeah, that being said,
like I say, you can't run on with AV6.
Yeah, that being said, what you really can't be doing is Ivar the Boneless needs to leave stage left immediately. It's a niggled lineman with 0 SPP. Fire it before it gets an MVP, please. Literally at this point, a journeyman is better than this guy.
Yeah, he is, to be fair. But yeah, hey, what can you do? Like, he probably wants to keep it the theme. That's the thing, isn't he? He's trying to keep it up the name theme, and that's probably why he's kept him.
But he really needs to be sacked because he is a bit bored. He's niggled and stuff. Speaking of needing to be sacked, oh my word, there's a Strength 2 player on Angry Altma who also needs to be sacked.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's a Strength 2 lineman. He's gone. He's meat. Get him out.
Yeah. That must have happened last week, surely.
No, because it was the week before because he's back.
Oh no. Well, yeah, he's got to go. He's definitely got to
go. I mean, literally turn him to glue.
Yeah, he's gone. He's I mean, Angry Altman has played very well. He's done well.
It surprises me that he's probably got less level ups than you and Crystal Hunter, and never gets grief for it, whereas you guys get grief all the time. He is also in a world where his Mighty Blow player needs a touchdown desperately, because that's a 3 SPP at level, probably tackle. Yeah. And also, like, the Vanity Pass situation, he's got to throw, so 2 Vanity Passes there levels him. Lovely. And then chuck it back. So what you do is you throw it to the thrower, throw it from the thrower to the catcher, 1 SPP. The catcher throws it back to the thrower, levels up. Then the thrower throws it to the blitzer runs a touchdown in, boom, bang, a bang. 3 levels, bish, bash, bosh.
Yeah. I mean, this is what this should be. I mean, I suppose it's a bit more Angry Altman because obviously he's still got to maybe get in that top 2, but I personally would be looking at number 1 to try and score the touchdown because you need the level. I mean, the private leagues are a lot different to ladder. I mean, obviously you're trying to build your team over season after season. So to me, even if it cost me the loss, I'd be looking to get number 1 leveled up, and like you said, get a couple of throws to number 13, get him leveled up, and build for next season. But yeah.
I mean, that being said, like, they're elves. Vanity passes aren't exactly the worst situation in the universe, right?
Well, no, I mean, he's got pass anyway, so there's a 2+ with a reroll to pass it. So, you just, as long as you don't roll double 1, you're alright.
And the catch, obviously, is
well, yeah, but you'll have a reroll if I need it, 2+, unless it's safe just to let it go. But I think with elves, the great thing with elves is it's a lot easier. Really should be, doing that if you can. I mean, it's a bit different when it's like rats coming flying at you, but against like the Chorfs and that, you should be able to sit the back way and here's the ball, and just keep passing, even with Orcs as well.
Hot potato!
Yeah, well, because it's going to take ages for it to come, and then if the Chorfs or the Orcs come at you and you overcommit, you can go the other way. So, there's no really excuse for not trying it, and like I said, it's only going to help you in the long run.
And staying on a theme, Arrogant Bar Stewards, there's a blitzer with Mighty Blow again. What is it with these high elves all rolling Mighty Blows in their division? I don't know what it is. But, I mean, they're not complaining, right? But he's got 15 SPP. There's a catcher with 15 SPP. I mean, there's a lineman with 12, which is a pass and a touchdown. And to be honest, I don't actually hate putting touchdowns on elf linemen. They're probably one of the better types of linemen to actually get your touchdowns on because, like, Blodge is so good.
Oh yeah, Blodge is so good. And again, it's another team what needs a lot. To get a level up. But again, it's sad for me because obviously I am the team killer Buffon. I have 1 Mighty Blow, and the high elves have as much Mighty Blow as I do. It's depressing. These elves seem to hit harder than I do. But again, it's another team. I mean, like I said, it's really exciting to see these teams because by the end of the season, these teams have got so much potential to level up and come really good for next season. They just need to throw a few passes.
Exactly. There's a ton of them that I'm looking at going, okay, you've not had the best season. Maybe it was the division, maybe it was growing pains learning the team. But you're in a great spot if you just make the right choices now. Yeah. Like, it could really set you up for season 2. And that's the wonderful thing about Eternal Leagues is it's never over till everyone's dead.
Absolutely. And that's it. I mean, in bats, shoot, I'm like, right, okay, this season's dead, so let's get it built up as best I can for next season. And you could easily in these next 3 weeks get another 4,
5, 6 levels, depending on how many touchdowns you score and how healthful you play.
Yeah.
But beyond that,
I just think,
I mean, it's not a ball anymore. It's a tiny little sphere of SPP. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's not a ball. It's SPP wrapped up with a ball.
It is.
Look at it like
is.
that, and that, you're gonna have a good time. Right, we're getting close to the end. We've got the salmon to look at real quick, and then we're gonna do a really quick review over who we think's gonna win this week after we look at Keith. Now this is a nicely developed draft, and he's got 2 dirty players. So frankly, I'm a fan. All right, I'm a fan. I like this. He's come to play, is what I'm saying. But also, he's kind of struggling as you are with the rest. He's got one very, very good blocker, one solid blocker, and like a ton of blockers that just still don't really know which end of the fist they're supposed to be using.
Yeah. He's got 2 very nice ball centers. Interestingly, he's not got hands on a hobgoblin. So when I played him, he was very wanting the ball centers to pick the ball up. So it looks like that's the build he's probably going to go with. One of them will probably end up getting show hands at my guess. And like I said, he's got that number 4 with Stamp Fem was a pain in the backside when I played him. And obviously he's got a strength 4 as well. So he hasn't got many levels, but the levels he's got are really good. And then he's got 2 dirty players.
It's almost like you don't need Claw Palm if you've got 2 dirty players, because it's all about just knocking them over at that point, and then you just kind of dirty player can be better than Claw Palm in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
If you set up the right fouls, it can be better.
I mean, and the thing is as well is you get games where and you on the receiving end where this dirty player will just keep fouling, ref will just let him keep going, and he just chews through half your team. So they are very, very good. Obviously, you just got to pick your targets and make sure you've got enough assists. So the +1 goes onto the injury than the armor.
Very right. I mean, we've jumped over now. Final team, Fairy Harem. I still don't understand what's going on with the Rat Ogre with guard, but it's clearly working, right? This is the thing, right? I don't like Rat Ogres. People know I don't like Rat Ogres. Me not liking Rat Ogres has been such a thing. I genuinely have an undead team that I'm playing in GMan 10A at the moment. 10B? 10B? I don't even know where I'm playing anymore. GMan 10 something. It's whatever division I'm currently in. I don't even look. 10B, I think. And I've got a player called Metal Hates Rogers.
Cool.
Simply because it's such a long-running Rebel meme that I really don't like the Rat Ogre positional. But, like, Keith's winning. So, it's very difficult to say it's a bad decision when it's got 14 out of 16 SPP and he's getting this many wins.
Yeah, I mean, he that Rat Ogre injured my players. I think we're fair, so second hit of the game. But I'm the same as you. I think Rat Ogres go run a team, they're on the armor 8. If you want to move them, it's a 4+, just to get them to move, if you're not blitzing with them.
My biggest argument, I think, is that Skaven are a team that thrive on reliability.
And speed.
It's massively unreliable on a team that lives to be reliable. That's the thing that always gets me about Rat Ogres. They seem to play counter to the Skaven's design. That being said, Movement 10 is stupidly good.
Yeah.
He's got a Roger who's 3 SPP away from leveling up. He's got a Blodger who's 6 SPP. He's got a Kicker, which exactly plays his playstyle, go and kick rather than dirty play to control the field. And Sally is MNG, but Sally was weird anyway, so we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is as well, though, with this Rat Ogre, as soon as you if they're looking to get Might Blown Claw, you ain't going to be blitzing with a Rat Ogre at all. You're using your Stone Vermin to do all the hitting with. So if the Rat Ogre becomes redundant, maybe when they've got some more levels, we might say Rat Ogre. I don't know. But I'm in the camp of obviously FullMetal. I don't like Rat Ogres at all. I really don't. But I don't like big cars. So
it's interesting because we're going to jump over to the this week's schedule, and I think personally the top billing on this week's schedule is going to be my game of the week, my game to watch. And it's the 2 rats. Crystal Hunter is taking on Keith. And it's almost going to be like is a Rat Ogre better than a no Rat Ogre team? You're doing it for me, Crystal Hunter. Prove that the Rat Ogre is bad. Or, Keith, defend your point. Prove that the Rat Ogre is good. Who do you think is going to take this one?
Oh god, this is a really tricky one because the rats are going to have a wizard or something.
And the entire fate of the division kind of rests almost on this game at this point. It's so close right now that this result is going to be massive, whichever way it goes.
I personally think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. I don't think we're going to. I hate sitting on the fence, but
are we going to see Rat Blood on the pitch? If we see Rat Blood on the pitch, is anyone truly sad?
No, I'm hoping they'll both kill each other. To be honest,
that right there, right? If they both draw and kill each other, that right there is called you winning, right?
Yeah, yeah. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-2. I would have gone with Crystal Hunter because Fairy Harriman's got the. He could potentially wizard that. I'm gonna go 2-2.
Okay, that's interesting. I really don't know where it lands well, so I'm going to probably play for a draw, but I think it might even be as much as 3-3.
Yeah, that would be a good call. I think if there's not at least 4 touchdowns in the game,
what are they doing, right?
Yeah. But we'll take over.
Keith, I've played Keith in Clan, and he likes to score fast, so
yeah,
very much I think there's a potential there for a big scoring game. Tabartel is taken on Directed by Me. Directed by Me's had such a painful season. And JP Casey's they're going from strength to strength. So I very much feel like this might be a Tabatella's game.
Yeah, they've got, dare I say, they've got some momentum. I mean, I don't know how
they're doomed.
Well, it's well known on the PS4, if Bernie tips your team, you've lost. So I care who I pick to win anyway, so don't worry about it. You know, if I tip you, you've lost anyway. But I like the Tabatellas in this one. I think they win 2-1, 3-1.
Okay.
Like that.
Now, I really don't know how to call the next one. Well, I think there's a lot of very close games this week.
God, yeah.
Rimbos versus the Oswald Snake Club feels like it's like you played last week, where we talked about it in the recap, where the two of yous basically just rub armor value 9 against each other until like friction works or something.
Yeah, it's an awful one. This one, I think this could be another draw.
It has got draw written. It's like 1-1 written all over.
Yeah,
this one, doesn't
it? I want to say 1-1, but it seems predictable. So I'm with a 0-0 at the end.
You're going for a 0-0. Okay, that's really interesting. Now,
yeah.
I feel like you're going to back yourself here, but real talk from the stars. This is one of the bigger games of your season right now. No pressure, but this is a must-win scenario for you. No pressure.
I don't say it's a must-win. If I was looking at these two teams and it wasn't any math teams, I would definitely Wolf should cause carnage, but he's got that movement now, and he's got the maneuverability just to run the chops ragged. But if I get a hand on one of them wolves, they will be fouled and they will die.
There's a kicking coming, Sunshine. There's a kicking.
Oh, absolutely! I'll foul with anything because them wolves are going down. But no, it's going to be tough. Obviously, I've got to back myself, otherwise, what's the point? 2-1.
I would usually find it difficult to bring a guest on and then back against them, but I'm actually a terrible human being, so I'm clearly giving it to From the Stars. Sorry, Bernie.
I would, yeah. I mean,
but I really think you're going to make him pay for it. I don't think he's gonna, I don't think he's going to come out. If he wins, he's not going to come out whole. I think.
I hope you're right, because we're able to do that. The only people we actually beat up was the Armour 6 Rebel Viking.
Well, they've almost beaten themselves up with the Armour 6, right?
You know, but I mean, my foul. Ironically, the contract killers. The foul has been brilliant. We've killed a few people, but they've used appos to save them. So the fouling's on point. That's something I have been really happy with. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm going to back myself. If I'm being honest, probably best I've got is probably a 1-1, but 1-1 I'd take. But yeah, Nuru's a very good coach, and like I said, if it wasn't my team, I'd be backing From the Stars. No problemo. So yeah, it'd be a tough game.
Yeah. Okay, well, you know it firsthand. You just said it yourself. You beat up the AV6 and Only Fools and Hobgoblins, who are the other version of you, right?
The more dangerous version of me, yes.
Yeah, they're taking on the Rebel Vikings, so I feel like this is going to be a bad day to be Hargrim, right?
Do you know what? I'm going to back the Rebel Vikings to win this. I think the Wizard's going to come off. That Armour 6 Wood Elf War Dancer's going to listen to what we've said about him, and he's going to show us what he's made of, and they're going to win it. They're going to shock the world and win 2-1.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm going to be predictable and just say that Charles are going to beat up Elves.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Sorry, it's the other one that is really hard to call is the Altmer versus the Bar Stewards.
Yeah.
I am going to say this one is going to be closer than It's such a close week. Every game is like, it was good. I don't know which way to call it. Every single game is so damn close. It kind of feels like anyone watching this section is just listening to me go, "Hey, dude, it's a draw. Sorry, hey, dude, it's another draw. Guess what, guys? It's a draw."
But the thing is, though, that is what you want in the league, isn't it? You want close games. You don't want, oh yeah, this guy's whatever. When you want really close games, and I think quite lucky in this division that it's really competitive, and you have to fight. And yeah, it's going to be a really good game between the high elves. So
I think it's going to be entertaining whichever way it goes, right? I mean,
it's another game what should be a high-scoring game. They both should, there's really not much pressure on, just go there, have fun, get some levels, and build for next season. But I personally think
Angry Altman need the win. This is you didn't like when I said it earlier about yourself, but this is must-win territory for Angry Altman. Otherwise, if they don't get a win here, they probably are going to slip out of playing contention. So I feel like it's must-win.
Yeah, I think they've got a chip on the shoulder from last week, and I really do think they're gonna murder the Stewards. I think it's like 2-1, 3-1 to the Altmans. I think they'll get themselves back on track this, so I'll go with the Altmans.
Fair enough. I like that call. And like that's the end of the situation. We're all done here. So thank you very much, Bernie, for joining me. I'm going to be interested to see if we get a team kill. A kill or two on the board this week. Is it going to be a nice furry rug for the contract killers? Their dugout.
Well, I've got you on my team now, so I'm expecting you to kill.
See, that's your biggest. That's your first mistake, right? Is expecting anything out of a player named after me. The only rule is usually I underperform, and any player called Haringzord gets a rock thrown at them.
Oh, I'm gonna have to test that theory. I'm gonna have to have one of them just for the pure. Evilness of myself. I'll have to get the next guy called Haringzord and see what happens. But
if you like rocks, call a player Haringzord. You'll see a lot of rocks. It's fine.
Fantastic. I'm going to do that next. That's my next player. I don't care what it is. It could be Bullsen or whatever it is. We can call Haringzord. I don't care when it gets hit.
It's been a genuine pleasure chatting with you. Good luck in your campaign for Plains and indeed the game this week. Good luck to everybody else who's watching. Thank you very much for taking the time to check out the recap.
No problem.
I have to say, if you're not doing anything this weekend, remember Saturday is Cripple Cup, 1-day tournament, a lot of fun. By the time you listen to this, you're probably almost too late to sign up unless you listen to it like in the next 24 hours. But if it's not Saturday yet, or it's Saturday morning before 8 o'clock in the morning GMT, and you've got a day off, you've got nothing to do but play Blood Bowl, come join us for Cripple Cup. It's going to be a hell of a good day. It's a great tournament, actually. The 1-day tournaments are a lot of stupid fun. So come check us out. Otherwise, once again, Bernie, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And you all stay classy now, folks. Good luck in your games this week.